Dayton Flyer Volleyball is the focus as Flyers Weekly checking in with Panna Ratkai. Panna, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you for having me.
We are so excited because we're gearing up for the home opener and the season underway. You've had a crazy year. You come to Dayton last year, getting into the spring schedule, had a fantastic career at Purdue Fort Wayne, two-time Offensive Player of the Year in the Horizon League, along with so many other accolades. And you got sort of comfortable with the system, and then you go over to Europe and playing for your home country in Hungary. What was that experience like?
It was a great opportunity for me to reconnect with my home country's culture in volleyball and play with great players. Most of them play professionally, so it was just a great learning opportunity for me to just see how they play and learn from them.
Where do you think your game improved the most in being around those professional players?
I think my mental game definitely improved a lot, just because there are so many hard situations where they handle many things differently just because they're older, more experienced. The physicality of the game is faster, stronger. There are some balls that they bounce in front of you and you can't even move, the ball is that fast. So just catching up on those little things, I think it definitely helped me improve and show what I learned here.
How big was it and what was the moment like in learning that you had made that team?
It was a really big dream of mine for a long time. So when I got the call and the invitation, I was super duper excited. And honestly, it's just kind of my work is kind of paying off in some ways. So it was, again, a great opportunity for me.
I thought it was interesting because you mentioned the game being different. Mm-hmm. How is volleyball different from Europe and what you experienced in the summer to what we're seeing here in the States?
So in international volleyball, we have a couple different rules. For example, liberos cannot serve internationally, while here they can serve. You can get 6 subs max internationally. Here, I think you can get up to 12. The ball is out of bounds immediately. If it touches the ceiling, it's out of bounds. Here, it's still in play. So it's definitely something I need to get used to. And yeah, I feel just the mentality is a little bit different too, obviously, but that's easier to adapt.
How'd you get into volleyball?
So I was doing track and field for 6 years before volleyball, and I had kind of a back injury, and it made me quit track, and I didn't want to stop doing any sports, so I found volleyball through my classmates, and I just ever since I'm doing it.
And you're pretty good at it. Amongst being late to the game, it's kind of interesting to see where you've taken this sport and what you're able to do right now, and we're so excited to see it here at UD. But when was that first moment where you thought, I'm pretty good at this?
So when I started playing, at first I was in a hobby team, and then they moved me up to the team that are going to competitions at my age. And then from there, in 1 year, I got to play with older girls, and they brought me to games where older girls played. So I was, I don't know, 14, and I got to play with girls who were 16, 17, and it was such a quick change in such a short amount of time that I was okay, I might be able to do more. So yeah, I think that's when I was okay, this is my sport.
And here we are, Dayton, Ohio,
Yep.
a long ways from Hungary, and you've been able to excel, and you're off to a great start this season. I do want to go back to the spring, because coming into Dayton early and having that semester, how important was that?
For me, it was really important because I think Dayton has a really unique system, and coaches established a really unique system in volleyball. And it's definitely something that you need to get used to if you're not used to it. So I think the spring was like a great preparation for me for the season, and just learn about the culture, learn about how things go here, what I need to do to be on the same page as everyone else.
We got a chance to talk with Chris Kaminsky, and she had kind of said something similar of like being able to learn the system because it's different from what you might experience at other programs. If you can, I don't want to give away any secrets, but what's the biggest difference?
We have to do a lot of like on-court communications that I wasn't used to. Like, for example, we have to call shots, we have to call angles, we have to call people. I don't want to give out any, so it's hard for me to phrase it. But I have to do a lot of communication that I wasn't used to while still playing. So it's not just when a play ends and then we communicate. It's like during the plays we have to do a lot of communications that I wasn't used to. So that was something I needed to catch up on and get used to.
Now that you're in the season, how's it been wearing the Dayton jersey?
It's an honor, honestly. Like, I'm trying to carry on the legacy that the girls before me established here, and I'm trying to do my best every single day to give my 100% to the program. And I think that's just how my personality is. Like, if I start something, I want to do it 100%, or if not 110%, and I want to give it my all. So it's definitely like an honor for me to wear the Dayton jersey.
Well, you've been traveling a lot, whether it's, Golden League in Europe to now, you've been on the road with the Flyers. How excited are you to play at the Frerick Center and finally get to that home opener?
I am very, very excited. I got the taste of how it feels playing against Tennessee at the exhibition game. And I know like home games are really, really, really exciting, and they fire me up, and I'm just really excited to see the team finally perform in like home scenario.
Well, it should be an electric atmosphere for the weekend, and like mentioned, we're super excited about it. But you're in an interesting spot because you've been able to take on other events here at UD because you're working in the communications department for sports information. And this is something that you did at Purdue Fort Wayne. Yes. How did you sort of fall into that role, and what sort of interests you in that field?
So how I got introduced to this field kind of is I always wanted to work here in the US, and my visa only allows me to work on campus. And at PFW, there was an opening at the department, so I was like, that's a great opportunity to me. And I just love the environment so much. I loved what they do, how the things like work behind the scenes in like an athletic event is like really interesting to me. And I just wanted to continue at the same job here. And I met up with Kyler and Ross, and they introduced me to it.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
You've been able to work a couple soccer games.
Yes, I was.
And I'm sure Flyer fans will get to see you at other sporting events this year.
Yeah, hopefully more in the spring, because we're in season now, so it's hard for me to like be two places at the same time. But I try to work as much as I can.
Is there one sport that's surprised you? And going back to your days at Purdue Fort Wayne, maybe you weren't necessarily familiar with?
So we didn't have football at PFW, and I haven't worked a football game here. So I'm kind of like scared because football, like, it's not really a thing in Europe as well. So like, I don't really know the sport.
Yeah, your football is what we do with soccer.
It's soccer, yeah.
Panna, it has been so cool hanging out with you. Wishing you nothing but the best for the season, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you so much.